Did you know that Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer was based on the book American Prometheus? And that Scorsese's upcoming Killers of the Flower Moon is also based on a book? The question always comes up when a new adaptation is released. Should you watch the adaptation first or read the book? I think that's the right answer to this question, and I won't keep you waiting till the end. The answer is to watch the adaptation first. The reason people often give about why you should always read the book first is that adaptations almost always suck. The argument goes, why watch the bad version of the thing when the good version already exists? And I think that's a fair question. And if the option is between only reading the book or only watching the adaptation, I think you should obviously read the book. But in a scenario where you're able to do both and are wondering which one to start with, I'll make the argument for why you should start with the adaptation. This is an obvious one. Adaptations are almost always shorter than the source material. I'm sure there are people out there who can read the 1,000 plus pages of the Lord of the Rings books faster than they can watch the cumulatively 9-hour film. But the vast majority of us would find the films much easier to go through. This is good, because the films can then serve as trailers for the books. You get to experience the world and get a taste of the characters. You'll figure out if it's your kind of story, and if it's not, congratulations. The adaptation has just saved you hours of your life. If you're pro books, then you almost certainly should watch the adaptations first, because it will enhance your experience of reading the book afterwards. Why? Because it's practically impossible to adapt everything in a book into a film or TV show. Things will need to be streamlined, segments, sometimes entire characters will need to be cut out. This means that when you read the book after watching the film, you'll not only be getting more context, you'll also be surprised. The world you're already familiar with will become richer, deeper, and more vibrant. But here's the thing, if you're pro films, you should also watch the adaptation first, because you'll enjoy them more since you have nothing to compare them to yet. I watched The American, that Anton Corbijn film with George Clooney, and afterwards, I learned that it was based on a book called A Very Private Gentleman. When I read the book, I couldn't believe that the film came from that. Narratively, they were mostly the same, but tonally, very different. I love the book and I love the film, but the only reason I read the book is because I love the film. And if I read the book first and then watched the film afterwards, I probably wouldn't have liked the film as much because I would have been annoyed at all the changes. In fact, the very first line of my Goodreads review of the book was, "Who read this and thought, you know who should play Senior Farfalla? Judge fucking Clooney." But at the time of watching the film, I didn't know who Senior Farfalla was supposed to look like, so I didn't care it was Judge Clooney playing him. Because here's the thing, an adaptation is not the thing you love, but another thing entirely that you may also get to love. To transform a book into a film or TV show is not a transformation the way a caterpillar turning into a butterfly is a transformation. It's not one thing turning into another thing with the old thing dying in the process. Instead, it's a doubling. The book you love still exists, and if you love the adaptation, now you have one more thing to love. The way I like to think of adaptations are like objects submerged underwater. Standing from the outside looking in, they might look distorted, but when you're also underwater with your swimming goggles on, they look right, because you're looking at them from within the same medium. So when you judge a film from the reference point of a book, you're not being fair to either of them. Anyway, my name is Ibrahim, and I often watch adaptations before I read the books they're based on. If you enjoy videos like this, please like and subscribe. Also, let me know in the comments down below which your favorite TV or film adaptation of a book you love is. Mine is probably If Beale Street Could Talk. James Baldwin obviously is the GOAT, but I'd argue that Barry Jenkins improved on Beale Street. I know, but this is a video already full of hot takes. What's one more?